Yeah, y'all ball. Yeah, Yo, it's Uncle Vermo, the OG in the game. Halfway to middle age, still spitting the flame. Wrinkles on the mic, but the flow don't fade. Life's a mixtape, I'm the track that's played. J-Bone, nephew, young blood with the bounce. Reppin' the fam, stacking wisdom by the ounce.
Welcome to episode number 43 of the Halfway to Middle Age podcast. Uncle Vermo, that handsome gent across the way is
J-Bone.
J-Bone. Motherfucker, we are fresh back from Nashville. Actually, I'm not sure I'm alive. I think
I'm going to call it fresh, that's for sure.
I'm still not feeling good off a 4-day drinking fest, absolute bender, at the CMA festival in Nashville, Tennessee.
Had a great time there.
Had a great time.
Not so much a great time home on the first few days back.
No. Let's just start off by saying our trip started off with a brand new truck's transmission slipping and us having to leave the truck on a back road in Queens so we could then take an Uber to get to JFK so we can catch our flight on time. Otherwise, we weren't going to miss the entire goddamn
It not only slipped, but it like literally slipped once and then locked up everything. Like, couldn't get it out of park, couldn't put it in neutral.
You know who doesn't have a problem with that? Ford Lightning owners. I got fucking no tranny. So what are you going to do? You got no tranny, you get no tranny slips. That's the way the whole game works. So
also no campers up at camping.
Yeah, well, that's why I got you, big guy. Your gas guzzler. So we're all good. But no, a lot of firsts for me there in Nashville. A lot of firsts. First time seeing what's his name? Big Plug X the plug, big, the biggie, big guy. What's his name?
I think it's Big X the Plug.
Big X the Plug. And now I listen
X the Plug Big though works pretty well also. I like that.
Billy Zimmerman was awesome. Zach Top did not disappoint.
No, he was actually one of the best, I think.
Megan Maroney was awesome. Dirks Bentley sounded good, but I was walking, trying to sneak down. I got denied.
You know what I've been hearing?
Mm-hmm.
Some people were giving Megan Maroney some shit, apparently. Saying, like, maybe she's just not a performer. She writes good songs. Me, personally, I thought she did fantastic.
I was, if there's 3 sheets to the wind, I was 5 at that point. So you could have.
I understand that part. Maybe that's why we loved it so much. But
yeah,
apparently they're saying
maybe she's not that good.
I think she was good. She also just got off a tour, so maybe that's why her voice was scratchy, like you're saying.
Because I know what that feels like. Because I didn't have a voice the last 2 days. Also, we've discussed it many times in this podcast. TMI, as the kids out there say, I can't go to the bathroom on a vacation. So not only did I lose my voice, then I took a pill to go to the bathroom. Thought I could time it with this morning's coffee. Could not. Hit the gym crapper, which is really embarrassing. Then on the road, had to do it again. Pull out the rest stop.
To be fair, it was like 4 days worth of stuff. So
4 days worth of absolute garbage put into the body. So, which I got a couple things I want to bring up. So, as you know, maybe everybody else doesn't know, wherever we go, we become friends with everybody. That's what we do.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and
I like to make friends.
Doesn't matter the age group. So I met this gal there from Washington, really cool. Anyway, I was talking to her about Washington, the state of Washington, being like, you know, where most serial killers come from. I don't know the percent, but I know it's really high. It seriously is. Ted Bundy.
Is it really high?
Oh yeah, it's huge. And she was like, yeah. And then I said something, and she said, yeah, you know that women only account for 1% of serial killers, which I oddly knew because I watch a lot of serial killer shit. And I said, why is that? Because women have a lot of pent up aggression. And she said, yeah, but their pent up anger is only usually towards their husband. So it's only one person. It's not actually, you know, them being considered.
Yeah, so they're not classified as
a serial killer. That made sense to me. So then I said, well, do you think that my wife, when I sneeze and she looks at me like she wants to kill me, actually wants to kill me? And she said, there's no doubt. She literally in that second thinks that she wants you dead. So that hurt a little bit. But what I wanted to say is she was really cool. Like if she was a dude, I'd be like, yo, what's up? Let's, we'll hang out sometime. My question to you is, do you think that guys and girls can be friends? And if they can, What is the classification for that? You
I
have
think they could be friends.
you do?
Yeah.
You do.
I have friends.
While you're in a relationship, you could have a texting friendship with a female right now.
I mean, there's girls who are on the wrestling team that we still all hang out together.
On a wrestling team, they probably don't like dudes, though. Am I right? So you're safe with that. I'm just kidding, everybody, by the way. But
Hashtag that's our shout out for the day, JoJo.
there it is,
And
JoJo.
I do know she watches some of our clips, so
I hope she watches this one. She'll appreciate it. No, but and if I helped her with her coming out, then I did a good job for her. But my point is that I just don't think that there should be this rule. Actually, maybe I do, because if my wife met a guy and she was like, "We're just friends," and then they're like texting shit, I don't think I'm gonna like it.
yeah, I don't think I'd be like, texting a girl like I'd be texting Logan,
Hey,
like
you want to go get fucked up tonight? You know what I mean?
yeah,
I was thinking, like, if she was a dude, I probably would have tried to have sex with him that night, because he was a kid. No, if he was a dude, it's just somebody you want to know. You know what I mean? But there's always got to be these rules of like girls and guys can't coexist together because
yeah. I feel like every time any of my friends that are girls, it's always any hangout is with a group of us with my guy friends.
okay, so there's the stipulation to it. I just figured out the rule to this. Any female that you're friends with, you had to have been friends with prior to meeting your girlfriend or wife. They need to be grandfathered in.
That
Otherwise,
makes
if you
sense.
meet somebody new and then you come home and you go, honey, guess what? I got this friend. And she
Yeah, I
goes,
wouldn't be really advocate. I wouldn't be really like trying to go out and be making friends with other girls.
yeah, I'm not looking at 46 to add any dudes to the friend list either. I'm just saying I thought it was an interesting thought of like at what point, like if you're really enjoying somebody's company and it's non-sexual, it should be cool to be able to have a conversation and be friends with somebody from the opposite sex.
Yeah, you could totally do it. I just don't think I go out looking for it.
It's like I guess I keep going back and forth because then if your girlfriend did it or my wife and they were
I
like,
would be weirded out for sure if she was like, "Oh, I went out and I have this new guy friend that I'm
not
texting." I'd
sexual
be
at
like,
all. Just like really, we just like the same things, and he makes me laugh. That's it.
but then again,
That
when
might
when
be
you're
worse.
talking about, when you're talking about a dude, you're thinking about what a dude would be thinking, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I find my girlfriend gorgeous."
right.
Right? So like maybe that's why it feels weird in our head. I don't know.
If the guy was gay, would you be cool with it?
Probably.
Yeah,
If he's gay, he's totally not into my girl, so
it's true. But what if she made a new friend with a lesbian? That's still cool.
that's
No
that's
threat.
totally fine.
Okay, I'm trying to make sure I have all the rules here, my guy.
I mean, it's totally as long as these people she's becoming friends with aren't fucking douchebags, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if they come around and they're a piece of
Good,
shit
good,
to
good.
me, either gender, I'm gonna be like, yo, what's the deal with your friend? Like,
Yeah.
even if she had a girlfriend that, she just from school, new friend from school that was a girl and she was a piece of shit, I'd be like, yo, what the deal? What the deal up with your friend?
You ever say what the deal up? Is
Nope.
that saying? Did you make that up?
Nope. It was totally,
Oh, okay.
totally a
I can't keep up
discombobulated
with the new
sentence.
thing, so I thought maybe what the deal up was the new thing.
Nope.
Anyway, so
I
we now
mixed up
know.
what's up. I combined somehow what's up with your friend and what's the deal with your friend into whatever that just was.
Yeah. So Nashville was completely nuts. And speaking of nuts, I rubbed mine all the way down a 95 Nissan Altima. Don't know why. Never
I
did.
also don't know why.
First time there. That was one of my firsts. Don't know why I did it. I think somebody slipped me some type of drug at one of the bars. So I'm gonna go.
Someone spiked your drink.
I'm pretty sure they did because I knocked a slice of pizza out of somebody's hand. I got into an argument with a good friend. I mean, I just did a lot of crazy things in one night, and I don't
We
want
ended
to.
up tackling each other for
Yeah,
45 minutes.
I don't want to take ownership. You know what I mean for any of it because the type of guy I am, I like to pawn it off on somebody else. So I'm going to say either it's your fault or somebody slipped me something. I'm not really sure, so I'll go with that. But no, I mean, you were a dancing fool out there, and by dancing fool, that's a compliment. You're dancing your ass off. I
Oh,
try.
I love to dance.
I only have one move in my arsenal. It's not even a good one. So like I try, and every time I try something new, I think it looks like I'm actually having like half a stroke. So
My go-to is
uh,
always with the shoulders here. Just
I like the
get these
shoulder.
rocking back and forth.
I think I do a lot better when I don't move anything but just my head. I just go, just do one of those. Night at the Roxbury.
Like what? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Night at the Roxbury. Yeah. Because when I start to move these limbs, it doesn't look good. And even in the
Like it's
moment when I think it kind of does, and I feel like, God damn, I think I'm onto something, somebody's always videoing it, and then it reminds me of just how bad I look. So
there was we were watching a movie with Will Smith and Kevin James before we went out one of the nights,
I'll hitch.
and Kevin James kept breaking out these like ridiculous dance moves,
Mm,
and Jay looks over me and goes, "You got to break that out at some point." So
mm.
one of the bars we went to, I was hitting his little typewriter fucking
Yeah,
shit.
you should have told me that. I could probably do that move.
Oh
Plus,
no, he's going back and forth. He's like
uh,
he's like
yeah,
he's like crab walking too while typewriting. He calls it the typewriter.
God damn, I would have liked to have done that. So we had a really epic video of you going on a bull ride at the John Bon Jovi bar, which is probably one of
That still
the
hurts. Still hurts from that little horn to the heart.
between that and the my other nephew, who will remain nameless, tried to tackle me, and I flew him into a wall, which we also have that on video. So those were a couple of our highlight videos, I believe, while we were in Nashville. I mean, I had a few too, but can't really remember what I said in them. But I'm sure they weren't nice. So, but no, a lot of singing, a lot of dancing. Did meet Garth Brooks' daughter.
That was really cool.
Did have shots with her. She was super, super, super cool. Would have
I
been
do
nice to
recall
meet
one
her
time
as well,
taking a
but she,
shot that the bartender left a cube of ice in it,
yeah,
and I got that thing lodged in my throat.
you took a whole cube to the throat.
And that one was tough to get down.
Oh my God. There's a lot about that trip that was tough to get down. I wanted to puke after every shot, which ultimately wound up being about 30 different shots combined.
Yeah.
I mean, we had tequila. We had a lot more tequila. I had a lot of tequila. That was my go-to.
I had none.
You had no tequila. Some people were doing body shots. I mean, we were just living it up. So we started the thing. We had $1,000 that we had put into a pot for 4 of us drinkers in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't make it halfway through day 3. So we did the math. We spent someplace around $5,000 on alcohol in 4 days.
With a few food options mixed in.
Yeah, so we'll go 4. We'll go 45 because we didn't eat very much. In fact, a lot of times we actually forgot to eat.
Yeah.
So it was really, really late. But no, it was a great, great, great time. Didn't disappoint one bit. The hotel was nice. The Renaissance Inn.
Nope.
Renaissance Inn? Nope, not that one.
Homewood Suites.
Yo, Homewood Suites. So yeah, after we land finally, then we go to the wrong Homewood Suites. Then we had to go to the right Homewood Suites. Then on the way home, we had a 5-hour delay at the airport, which really sucked. And there was a big
Got
fight.
the wrong rental car.
Got the wrong. I had to sit in the back seat of a tiny ass Subaru. But
3 wide in the backseat of a Subaru with 3 grown men is a little tight.
little tight. But no, I had a really, really, really great time. And now we rested our livers for 2 days and we're going camping. I'm going camping for 4. You're going camping for less to get home for your father for Father's Day. I don't know that I can handle it. I haven't been right since we got home.
I'm gonna have to get a few vodka Red Bulls for the mornings.
I'm gonna have to get a couple rails bumped, if that's a saying, because I'm not really sure what the hell is gonna tell your future father-in-law.
How did you know that?
Well, the way you waved at him, like whoa, I don't think he was meant to hear that one. Sorry, big guy. That's what I do at the end of the night. No, but what did I write down here?
And Sparky wants. It might need to bump a few rails to get going.
Yeah. So, who else is in the room now? Not your future mother-in-law. I could.
Leaving. Just Emma and him. He's gone.
What is the difference between anal sex and oral sex?
Is this a joke or is it a real question?
However you want to answer it, it's up to you.
I feel like
What
there's
is
two
the
big
difference?
stipulations.
What is the difference between anal sex and oral sex? All right, I'll just tell you.
One's the
Oral
butt.
sex makes your day. Anal sex makes your. No. Fuck that joke up. Let's start it over. Hey, what's the difference between anal sex and oral sex?
What's the difference?
No. All right. Oral sex makes your whole day. Anal sex makes your whole week.
Not this thing.
Get it? Your whole week.
I don't think this thing can be classified to ever do that.
You know how you spot a blind guy at a beach at a. God damn it! Do you know how you
You're
spot?
really having a hard time.
I am. Yes, I am. Do you know how you spot a? You guys, I can't get the fuck out. Do you know how you spot a blind man at a nude beach?
How?
It's not hard.
Figured I had to do it something like that.
I've got for the day.
What if it's just a normal dude with like ED?
Yeah, it could be. I don't know that I could walk, even though I could be like, yo, look at the set on that guy. You know, I still couldn't get hard at a beach. You know what I mean? Like I just couldn't do it walking around. So I still would be gun shy. It doesn't matter to me.
They just think you're completely blind.
Yeah, it's like I'm walking around and I'm liking it, and I'm like firing this and this and this and this into the spank bank, but I'm not actually getting a boner because that would be weird.
It's not like many people would notice anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I could cover it with a goddamn pistachio shell. Anyway, but yeah, so I definitely would not just be walking around with a rager at a nude beach, no matter what. I'd like it.
If I was, I would be laying down on my stomach.
I've been on my stomach. That would be really, really uncomfortable to be in hot sand.
Or bring a towel.
Yeah, bring a towel. Doesn't mean you have to be nude at a nude beach. Do you think that would make you weird, the weirdo, if you're walking around just on a nude beach, not nude?
Would you just seems like you're totally there just to look at people?
Would you do it?
What's the question?
Would you go totally nude at a nude beach? If you were with your girlfriend, she was like, I want to do it. Would you be cool with that, first off? And second off, would you do it?
I would be pretty reluctant, but if she was really wanting to go, I might do it. And if I'm there, I'm not being the guy with a fucking bathing suit on. Because then you just look like a creep.
Yeah, you can't be there with the girl that's nude.
Yeah, you just look like a creep.
Walking around, you got a wife beater on that got a little bit wet. Now it's suctioning into your fat gut. You know what I mean? Which is
and
like,
all you can see is directly through into my man titties.
Yeah,
Looks
exactly.
like I'm doing a wet t-shirt contest.
Listen, I've got a public service announcement, a PSA to all of us fat fucks out there in the world. You don't look better by keeping a shirt on in the pool or anytime you get wet. You might as well take the son of a bitch off, because it actually, all it does is it just really accentuate just how fat we really are by having it stuck to you when you get out of a pool.
Yeah, you ever get pushed into a pool with clothing on and you walk out and you're like, you keep pulling your shirt out, you're like, fuck.
There's no like way to really take being pushed in the pool with a smile sometimes, though, because it's like a pretty aggravating thing. And when you're in the pool, I did read that anybody over the age of 40 can't get off of a pool tube gracefully with their dignity intact, and it's true.
Well, call me 40 then, because I've never been able to do it.
Oh, and you go on like a water slide. Like last year, we went to Old Forge, to that water park. You know, I flew off the fucking thing and then wiped out going down. But I mean, when you're trying to get off those in the lazy river, you can look like a jackass trying to hop off that thing really quick.
I just don't even pretend to lounge in those things. I just sit with my body in the water.
Yeah. Last year I barely fit in that fucker, so I guess it's time to start losing some weight. Have you heard about anything called the strawberry moon? It's the real topic. Look it up quick, because it says that we won't see it again until 2043. It's coming in a couple days. What's today's date?
10th or the 11th?
Strawberry moon. Oh, it is the 10th and it's tonight. Will be visible Wednesday night. Here's how to see it. All right. So as of this shooting, which is Wednesday the 10th,
the 11th,
we will be able to see the strawberry moon.
Wow.
Pretty cool.
Would you look at that?
Well, it was trending, so I thought I'd bring it up. Nobody seems to really care about my deepest, darkest inner fucking thoughts and secrets. So I thought trending might help with the algorithm. Anyway, I came up with a couple things here. Blind rankings, your favorite shots. You go favorite.
I was going to ask that when we were talking about your tequila shots and the different ones we were taking.
Number 5 is last place. Number 1 is your favorite. Ready to go?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Now I know the list, so I can't really play, but I will go with Fireball.
So you're almost certainly giving me tequila at some point in time. So that means Fireball is going number 3.
Number 3 for you. Now this is not a blind ranking for me since I could see it clearly. And because I could see it, I'm going to put it 4.
That's not good.
Jameson.
That's 4.
That's 4 for Jason.
Jameson is actually terrible.
I'm going to put that also number 4.
Didn't you just use 4?
I use it? Yep. Fuck me. So 4's out. But I'm going to put that son of a bitch 3 then.
You like Jameson more than Fireball?
I like, because I told you the other day, if I'm drinking shots, it's not because I'm like, oh man, I really want something sweet that's gonna like spike my fucking diabetic numbers. It's because I want to get fucked up. I'm not gonna like it no matter what. So my top one's always gonna be something that's gonna get me fucked up. So yes, I like the way Jameson makes me feel. I do not like the way Jameson tastes, but therefore I don't like any of these the way they taste. Next one is tequila.
Big old 5. That shit is awful.
Known to some, not all, as tequilas on wheels. We will then go to Rumplemints.
What the fuck could be the last one?
What the fuck could be the last one is right.
It's got to go 2, and that's a fine 2 out of this list. I'm pretty much right where I need to be. Unless you give me something really bad for 1.
This list backfired on me because I think you got it exactly the way you wanted. And I'll go green tea.
Oh yeah, we're good. Green tea is easy to shoot. Doesn't taste too bad.
No,
Rumplemints kind of sucks, but it's not horrible.
I'll tell you this for everybody out there in the world. Anything that's easy to shoot doesn't do a fucking thing for getting you fucked up. Yeah. It doesn't do anything to get you fucked up. So there's no point. There's literally no fucking point to having a green tea unless you order it by the gallon. And like I said,
but there is though, because it's almost social. You're in a group and they're like, let's do green tea. You can do a green tea shot.
As Will Hunting once says, when the girl says we should go out and get coffee, and he says, you know what? Maybe we should just go out and have a bunch of caramels because it's really as arbitrary as having a cup of coffee. So your point is I might as well have a shot of fucking water because there's no point in me having green tea.
That's not the point.
Well, shit. Because
if you're in a group of people, you go out with a group of people and you walk in and everyone's like, let's do a green tea shot. It's much easier to just order an extra green tea shot than have the bartender go get something else.
We're going to have to agree to disagree on this one. I get the bonding.
I'll agree that you're wrong.
I like the camaraderie of having a shot with a group of people. In fact, I've been known to buy them for people I don't even know because I think it brings people together and it's awesome. But what I will say to you is if I'm having a shot, I'm having it because my intention is to take my level of drunkenness that I'm at and I want to fucking trampoline jump it to the next pod so I could get to the next one. Now, green tea would be an end of the night special. I'm not trying to fucking rev up the engines with a shot like that. A rev it up is I take something that burns my throat, makes me want to puke. But 2 minutes later, when I finally decide that I can handle it, get it down, I can instantly start to feel better. And then I want to be
Yeah,
out.
what if you can't make it to that 2 minutes? Now you've gone the opposite way by puking.
Yeah, I get that point. I get what you're saying with that. I'm just saying green tea to me is useless. It's like I've referenced a few times on here as the late great my dad Buddy Benedetto says, it will put that green tea shot right there with non-alcoholic beer and sex with a condom and mark them all U for useless as like tits on a fucking bull. Okay, so there's those three right there. That's my list of 3 useless things. So the countdown that I came up with, top 3. Okay. Top 3 cartoons of all time, not movies, just cartoons. I think we might have done
Cartoon shows
Yeah, cartoon shows.
off of popularity or off of what I
Off
would
of
like.
you, what you like. Yep.
So like this is basically going back to when I was a kid then because I
Fucker,
don't really watch them
I was
anymore.
gonna take it. You can't like you. It's still a funny show.
What?
Okay, I guess you don't. You're not gonna say it. I already know what I'm gonna say. So
I mean, what the hell did I watch? Oh, something I could take later on, I guess. You don't even know what it is.
you don't know what the fuck I know. I got kids not that much younger than you, so
Yeah, but they weren't watching this. So there's no way. So I'm gonna take something that I watched because it was always on. You might take it. Don't know. I like it enough. Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry's like 90 fucking years old.
It was constantly on Cartoon Network all the time.
It's a great show. A fucking cat and a mouse. Neither one of them talk. They just get hurt the whole time. God damn, that's a disappointing answer, but that's your answer. You know what? Because you fucked up on that, I'm gonna go ahead and take SpongeBob. So,
Oh shit!
am I too old for?
I wasn't counting that as cartoons. I'm upset with that one, but that's
What
whatever.
exactly would you classify old SpongeBob SquarePants?
I was just thinking. I just was. It is a cartoon. I just was thinking of like Cartoon Network. You know. Number 2, my generation. Give me the regular show.
You are right. I've never heard of that. I will go
Yep.
my generation, spanning all the way to your generation, the longest running show in television history.
Yeah, I knew it.
Simpsons. I didn't know I'd grow up to be just like Homer, but there it is. Simpsons.
And finally,
2 girls and a boy. My
Oh,
wife
yeah.
does not have blue hair, but I am bald. Fuck, there's a lot of similarities.
you like beer.
I like beer.
Number 3,
Yep.
although I would have preferred to have The Simpsons, I will drop down to the second one, which is Family Guy.
Yeah. Somehow I think you could see my list too. Family Guy.
I can't.
Family Guy is gone. Oh, actually, you know what? I don't fucking need it. So fuck you. Because I'm going Bob's Burgers. Because I love that son of a bitch. Bob's Burgers.
Not bad, not bad.
So
Definitely would have switched. Definitely would have switched. The Simpsons for Tom and Jerry
yeah,
for sure.
worst pick you've ever made in any of these contests. I get it. The show's fine, but it would have been like me picking Popeye. Like it was always on. It was fine, but
It's what I got the most hours watching. That's for sure.
Yeah, until you found Pornhub, motherfucker. That's for sure. I have watched some anime shit on Pornhub. Don't tell anybody, but I've done it. Not proud of it.
Do not just tell everybody who watches this.
God damn it, they heard that. Oh, if anybody's wondering out there, wearing an Omega Speedmaster. First watch worn on the moon. You could actually wear this watch to the moon. This crystal will not combust up there.
Does it combust normally?
Do you combust or don't fucking ask me these questions? I just read it and I don't know the facts. I've never, believe it or not, I've never been to the moon. And
Really?
like I said tonight at our family dinner, nobody's ever called me smart before. Not once. As a matter of fact, I've never been told I was really smart. I have never been told that I was a good lay. Maybe in another life. Maybe in another life I come out with a big Schwansky and a fucking huge brain. Or maybe I just come back like a duck.
Question. If you had the choice, you could choose between the two of them. Which one are you going with?
46 now. This thing's basically ornamental, so I'm going to use
in the next life.
Oh, in the next life? I probably still want to be smart. I like to know what that feels like just for once. So I'm going to go with that one, I think. So that's about where I'm at with that one. I need to check out that strawberry moon though. That's gonna be great. I got one other thing written down here. Oh, Android.
We just got an honorable mention from our in-studio audience of saying "Courage the Cowardly Dog" should have been on that list.
Ooh, that is just right up there with fucking Jimmy Neutron, I'd say, as something I'd pass on. But thank you for putting in your information. Duly noted. But yeah, for some reason I wrote Android suck ass. Fuck them. So I don't know, but I don't like Android phones. I've decided.
I do hate when it turns my fucking text messages into green, that's for sure.
Who the fuck do they think they are? Well, anyway, we're gonna go camping. We're probably gonna have some more funny stories. I'm gonna say I'm not gonna drink, then I'm gonna drink, then I'm gonna say I'm not gonna drink ever again, which of course I will, because apparently I have a drinking problem. There's no other way I could put it. 46 years into this life, I've learned I have zero control over what I do. So that's the truth. That is the truth, my man. Well, J-Bone, tell these people where they can find us and listen to us if they don't want to see all of this.
Amazon Music, Apple Podcast, iHeartRadio, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at Halfway to Middle Aged. If you can't find us, you ain't looking.
Motherfucker, that's the best you ever did.
Yeah, it is.
That's the best you ever did. And you know, I was thinking next episode we should try to reenact the Ted scene with the Lynn thing. I think that'd be really funny if we do that.
We can give it a shot. We would have to really practice that one because he rattles them off fast.
How many times do you think it took him to do that?
I don't know, but if he did it on one take, then that dude is fantastic.
Awesome. He's awesome.
Yeah.
I need to see if I could do that. Even if I have it written down, I'll still screw it up. There's too many Lynn's.
Even if I had a teleprompter running, it's not working.
Ron Burgundy style. We should get a teleprompter.
What is it from Bruce Almighty where Steve Carell is reading the
Yeah. I love that fucking movie. I gotta go back and watch. I think I could even watch that with my kids.
Oh, you could definitely watch that one with your kids.
Hell yeah.
I just showed my roommates that not too long ago.
What they think?
They actually thought it was very funny.
Is there anything more disappointing than thinking that a movie's really great to show somebody and they don't think it's any good?
I don't know. It sucks a lot because you keep looking over and they're not even laughing a little bit. You're like, all right.
Last thing I'd like to broach on the subject. To those of you
broach?
Yeah. I think that's the word.
It might be. I mean, I'm just trying to comprehend it. I'm basically illiterate, so
I remember reading once I had a vocabulary of a sixth grader. I mean, I was in 12th, so it's probably not the right word. But I was going to broach something. I can't remember. But let's talk about the meal. I don't want to talk about it. I was going to talk about the French fries and the fucking macaroni cheese, but you know what? I'm not going to talk about it. So I'm going to make it this weekend. I'm going to put a video out there. I'm going to call it the Vernmo special. I'm going to totally steal it from the place we were at in Nashville. And I'm going to become a millionaire overnight.
And then if like when you're eating it, you're like, well, it's from this place in Nashville, Kind of sucked there too.
Yeah, kind of sucked there too. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. It's been a real hoot. Seriously, the time of my life. Please check us out. Please hit that motherfucking like and subscribe button and comment. It's not going to kill you. It won't hurt you to say something nice or be a dick if you really feel like you need to. But one way or the other, try to help us become rich, because if we become rich, I don't know, I'll probably be funnier, I guess. So have a good one.